the White House is pushing back on reports that the Attorney General told U.S. President Donald Trump in May that he appears multiple times in the files related to the disgraced late financier Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein died in his New York prison cell in 2019 as he faced a series of sex trafficking charges. Meanwhile, a U.S. House Oversight Committee has voted to subpoena the documents related to the case. And Janice McGregor is live there for us in Washington with all the details. Janice, what more can you tell us about these latest revelations?
Well, I can tell you down here in Washington, if you watch the media, pick up a paper, pictures of these two old friends, video of them together around beautiful women are everywhere, really kind of dominating this town. Donald Trump always downplaying how much he knows about this, of course, but the Wall Street Journal's revelation yesterday that his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, briefed him about the fact that his name does appear in the Epstein files earlier this spring, that is now raising more questions about why the disclosures that even many Republicans have been calling for haven't happened yet. The White House doesn't deny that Donald Trump's name appears in these documents, but it is dismissing this latest reporting as fake news. The Attorney General's office says nothing in the file warrants further investigation or prosecution, but without knowing why or how Trump's name comes up in these files, there's a lot of skepticism that remains. Trump is now suing the Wall Street Journal for its reporting a few days ago of a suggestive birthday letter that Trump allegedly wrote to Epstein. It featured the drawing of a naked woman and a reference to their wonderful secret. The White House has removed this outlet from the press pool for Donald Trump's upcoming trip to Scotland in an act of apparent retribution. But if this lawsuit proceeds, that inevitably is going to force more disclosures so they can figure out whether it's true or false. Trump may have to testify under oath about what he knew or was involved in. That's why some believe that the White House eventually is going to have to drop it.
Well, and Janice, we know that the House rose early yesterday, which avoided a vote calling for the release of more files, but this does not seem to be going anywhere.
Yeah, calls by some politicians to sort of get on with this, release it so they can get back to the business that they should be doing, but it isn't going away. Yesterday, a subcommittee of the House Oversight Committee voted to hear from its own witnesses on the Epstein files. MAGA movement Republicans on that subcommittee voting with the Democrats to push for this. Epstein's former partner, Ghislaine Maxwell, who herself is serving 20 years in prison for her part in these crimes, she will be subpoenaed. Watch for her testimony a couple of weeks from now. The Department of Justice, of course, will also have to disclose more files as part of this probe. The Republican chair of the subcommittee, Clay Higgins from Louisiana, yesterday said, American people need to know the truth.
I've never handled a subpoena like this. You understand? This is some fascinating stuff, and it has to be handled legally and ethically within the parameters of our rules. So I don't profess to know what all those details are, including the timing, but I assure you that we'll be working together in a bipartisan manner to make certain that that every word is perfect and reflective of what our agreements were today.
And it is the bipartisan nature of this that it is so extraordinary, the way it's split some Republicans. But before they even get to that, today, the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and I should note, he was previously part of Trump's legal team when he was facing his own charges a couple of years ago. Blanche is also making a visit to see Maxwell today, visiting, meeting with her, interviewing her as part of the Justice Department's renewed inquiry into the Epstein files. Critics are pointing out, though, that if the Justice Department really wants to get at the truth of the matter, it should be interviewing, focusing on the young women who were victimized by Epstein's network.
Yeah, good point there, Janice. Certainly a case that the whole world is watching right now. Thanks for staying on top of it for us. Janice McGregor there in Washington.